All right. Hello, everyone. Good to be here with you all. Give me just 1 second. How's everyone doing today? All right. I think we're good. Well, welcome. Good to be here with you all. Feels like it's been a little while. Had a busy week. The energy's been so heavy since this eclipse, too. So I've been doing a lot of really having to ground my energy and, manage my energy. How's everyone doing today? Everybody can see me. Well, thank you all for being here. Couple of announcements and we'll get started. I got a lot of questions sent in. First off, I'll be doing political and current events like I normally do. I did put a post out and I got like 100 comments for questions. So I'll look through there. I was getting some intuitive hits, so I have some notes, things I want to cover. I see that we got some good questions here too. A lot of them are the same topic. We have a lot of big stuff going on. So we'll focus in on those for today. Before we do, as always, if you can do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really helps get these predictions out there, and I appreciate all the love and support. If anybody missed it, I was on Susan Lynn's channel earlier this week. I got a lot of good feedback for the Reiki healing that I did. Lots of good healing messages from those that watch, which is always really encouraging. I was on her, not the Spirit Navigator channel, but the Way Showers channel. And I have that post on the community board. So if anybody needs some healing energy, wants to tap into that inner peace, we talked about Holy Fire Reiki and did a good experience there. So check that out. As for next week, I have my members live Monday night. Let me get the date for that. Sorry. Members, we're going to catch up on the 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern for our mini personal readings and our giveaway for a free reading or Reiki session. We got that going on. Ness will be on the channel for a pre-recorded show next week. We're going to focus in on October. So forecast and my psychic intuitive impressions. Mel was just coming home for Peru and he got on Thursday, so he wasn't feeling quite up to do the show, but he should be on the channel next week as well. And I'll try my best to come on and do a solo show next week. So got some stuff going on next week. For anybody that's interested in a reading, Reiki session, I do a combination of both. I have some availability for October. I actually think I have a couple openings next week. You can go to my channel, Kevin's Loving Vibrations, to schedule those. And also, I have a couple spots left open for my Holy Fire Level 1 and 2 class. It is on October 26th and November 16th. So it's a 2-day class where we go over Level 1 and 2. I do also have another class in the new year, January, on the website as well. I think I have 2 spots left open for that, and I'm going to be working on getting my binder manuals all put together and get those shipped off. So if you're interested, the sooner the better, so we can get all of the manuals and class material sent out. But I have a couple spots left open for that. I am teaching Holy Fire Master Level, end of November, the 28th through the 30th, all-day class for those 3 days. That will be my first time teaching the Master Level class, but excited to add that. And I'm still feeling a lot of upgrades from when I took the class as a review earlier this summer. So it's a deeply healing class as well. We go over a lot more advanced techniques. Anybody wants to teach Reiki, all of that. All the information's on the website. And tomorrow night, for anybody that's a level 2 Reiki practitioner or above, I do have a Reiki share. We'll go over using some Reiki techniques, practice giving each other Reiki. It's a really fun place to just talk and discuss anything that might be coming up on your Reiki journey or share any of your experiences. It's a really loving group. So you can sign up on my website for that if anybody's interested as well. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. I need to hit all those notes. Oh, thank you, Alicia. She says, man, you look great. I feel a little, I'm not feeling my best today. Not horrible, but just a little spacey and out of it. So I will do my best juggling the chat and answering your questions. So, but thank you. Oh, I did just get this necklace. It's beautiful. It's a clear quartz and there's a star ruby right there. Powerful necklace. Oh, thank you. Yes, I got a lot of good feedback on the Reiki healing with Susan. Thank you, Antoinette's granddaughter. All right. Yes, we're going to look at the military generals, Hegseth calling the meeting for them. We'll look at Jim Comey. I have a bunch of notes and stuff too. A lot of the questions were the same big stuff going on. Government shutdown. I want to read on if Congress has the votes now to release the Epstein files because Democrats won another special election in Arizona. And so they should have enough signatures for that discharge petition, I think is what it's called. I love it. Becky, it's your turn to win the members giveaway. Your winner chicken dinner. Oh, you're welcome. And Becky just got back from Peru. She was with Mel. Can't wait to talk to Mel. I'm sure it was an amazing trip. Yeah, I was getting a lot of people saying they were sleeping very good after that experience. Thank you, Mad Hog. I think Equus was saying the same thing. I know there's too much going on to keep track of everything. All right. Happy birthday, Lawrence. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you, Kathy. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Thank you very much for the super chat, Maddie. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to start off with some of my intuitive hits. We'll start off with the government shutdown. We did read on it last week, which actually kind of in hindsight, I thought it was pretty interesting what I was receiving. Because remember we had the 8 of Cups, which is my resignation card, and we had a deal being made. And I'm sorry, earlier this week, I saw Schumer talking about the shutdown and after Trump canceled their meeting and kind of like trying to backstep, oh, well, I hope that we can meet and all of that. I really hope that he doesn't blow it again, but we're going to throw some cards on it. I do not feel a very long shutdown if that does happen. Oh, Helen says, will you do Reiki again? I need something. Yes, I will do Reiki again at some point. And I do have a couple of videos on the channel that you can watch. We do monthly Reiki for the members. I do also do one-on-one sessions and teaching, Helen, if you think that will be helpful for you. So we can all learn Reiki. The world would be a much better place if we did. Oh, Tom enjoyed it too. All right, so we're going to start off with shutdown. I want to just do a double check the energy for that. I was feeling like Schumer's going to get the brunt of this again, whether there's a short shutdown or not. He's going to come across, kind of chickening out like he did last time. And please don't come for me. I think that we need some new leadership in our party as well. We're all entitled to our own opinion. But let's take a look at, is the government going to shut down? Honestly, this whole talk about shutting down, Trump wants to do it. Everything that's going on right now between him and with the shutdown and weaponizing the DOJ to go after Comey, we all know all of these distractions that have been going on to distract us from the Epstein file stuff coming out. So don't allow them to distract you. All right. Is there going to be a government shutdown? We got like a week left, not even. And we have 10 of Cups. To me, this is support, family, people working together. 3 of Pentacles here too. So there's a lot of group work. We're not seeing that right now. All right, let's see. There's some kind of offer here that they're waiting on. I get the Ace of Pentacles, which would be money coming in. Friendships, partnerships, working together. We're not seeing much of that, are we? I'm really not feeling a shutdown. Final outcome's the 9 of Pentacles. Like I said, if there is a shutdown, it feels like it's going to be very short. Excuse me. I think I'm starting to get a cold. 2 of Cups, people working together here. I don't know. This is weird. Unless there's a lot of working behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm not really feeling a shutdown, you guys. Let's ask. I'm going to ask specifically, is Schumer going to fold? These are all actually really good cards for them to get a deal together. Because remember last time, I kept on saying somebody's going to get called out for this. And after kind of reflecting on that past reading, I think it might be Schumer. He might back down again. I know, Sky, Fire. I'm so drained of all of this. The energy's so heavy for us light workers right now. Do your best to distract if you're feeling really overwhelmed with all the politics and world stuff. You know, focusing on the things that you are in control of, you know, the self-empowerment. And be kind to yourself during these times. You know, rest. Go for a walk out into nature. Watch the video I did with Reiki, my Reiki video with Susan. Do those things that uplift us, that are supportive for us. All right, is Schumer going to fold? Nine of Cups. Oh, there's people really, I think even a lot of people running for Congress are really talking about new leadership because people aren't happy with him. They're evaluating it. I get negotiation. Anybody know how many Democrats they need to get the budget passed? Is it 6? Because they have the 6 of Pentacles, which could be 6 Democrats, but it's negotiation back and forth. I mean, he gives them some kind of offer. Oh, interesting. If he does make a deal, don't be surprised. I almost feel like this might be his last term. Because I feel AOC may run for his seat and win whenever he's up. Because I get the Death card, which is ending. He's feeling a bit oppressed by the bully. And for like all of his corporate donors. Yeah, I feel like he's going to offer them something. And I feel like we're going to be disappointed in reevaluating his position of leadership. I don't feel people being happy with him. I hope that changes. You know, the Democratic Party needs to grow a bit of a spine and really work on their messaging, which they're working on it, but we need some changes in leadership for that to happen. Not that I want to shut down, but oh, and Trump now too cancels the meeting and now is talking about firing a bunch of, if we go into a shutdown, firing a bunch of federal workers. I mean, he's already done that, right? he's a bit of a disappointment. You know, we need some young blood in there. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. Yes, I did want to read on Madeline asks about Hurricane Imelda hitting South Carolina. I live in Myrtle Beach. Thank you. Yes, I am feeling a bit cautious about this storm. And remember earlier this month, I think I was with Ness, and I keep on talking about hurricanes at the end of the month. I don't know if they're projecting it to be a hurricane right now, Madeline. It is kind of interesting between the two systems kind of working off of each other. Like the twin systems, what's the other one? Umberto next to Imelda. I don't remember what that effect is called, where they kind of rotate around each other and it makes it hard for them to predict. I do see it strengthening. I do think it will be a hurricane. It hasn't just yet, and I am concerned about South Carolina and Georgia. It feels like it's coming in that area. I'm not necessarily picking up that it's a strong, like a super strong hurricane, like a 4 or 5. Feels like it's on the lower side. However, I am concerned about maybe going a little bit more inland with all of the flooding. I mean, I think that there'll be some wind damage and some storm surge around the coast in that area, but what was that hurricane that caused all of that devastation and flooding in North Carolina? I'm feeling a lot of rain from this storm. So if you're on the East Coast, please be careful. You know, if there's evacuation warnings or, you know, you're in a flood risk zone, take that all very seriously. You know, we've been pretty lucky with a lot of the storms, and I feel like a lot of us light workers have actually shifted the trajectory of those storms. So make sure, you know, let's visualize that this storm is pulling this one out into the ocean and away from the coast. But I don't have the best feeling about it. I'll be completely honest with you. And I do think that the Gulf is going to start to act up. It's going to become a lot more active as well. So we've been pretty lucky. We haven't had any hurricanes that I know of or big tropical storms that have hit the U.S. so far. But I was picking up like 3 significant hurricanes for this season. Some activity starting to brew up in the Gulf too, I feel like. And while we're on the subject of, you know, Mother Earth and storms and all of that, I'm still feeling a lot of seismic activity in that ring of fire. I keep seeing a volcano too. I'm feeling pulled up towards Alaska, Japan, Russia, maybe another earthquake in like the Middle East, like Pakistan, India, Iran, somewhere in that area. So yes, Mother Earth is very active right now between the storms and the Earth changes. And I feel that going into October as well. Yeah, I think it will be a Hurricane Imelda. Like I said, it might be a 2. It doesn't feel like it's like a major hurricane, but still pretty significant. I'm feeling a lot of flooding and rain. All right. Where else do we want to go, you guys? 700 watching. Thank you all so much. I don't know if that's how it works. If they do shut down, will that mean ICE will be defunded? I'm feeling no, but like I just read too, I almost feel like they might be able to avert a shutdown. Although another thing I don't understand, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why the government wouldn't shut down for at least a short while, is that Trump told Johnson to send them all home so that that new House member couldn't sign that discharge petition. You know, he loves the big distractions. He loves people suffering and people being anxious. We all know that. I almost wonder, don't you watch? Let's actually read on this next. I want to see if Congress has the votes to release the Epstein files. Because you watch, they will do something where they don't swear that new congresswoman in, or they'll try to delay it for as long as possible. Nancy says, no, law enforcement still works with no pay. Because they're considered essential. Thank you. And I think right before I went live too, I've been busy with readings and Reiki session this afternoon, so I haven't watched much of the news. But I think they were talking about more information being released to that committee that's investigating it. And I think they have a picture of Elon with Maxwell. So that's going to be a bit interesting. I was saying, September, a lot of stuff coming out with the Epstein files. Let's see, though, is Congress going to vote to release the Epstein files? I just heard yes. I was saying before, too, every time I was reading on it, it felt like it was a foreign actor that was releasing some of them as well. But maybe we get a bit of both. If it comes out from Trump's DOJ or Congress, you already know that they're going to redact anything that's incriminating for Trump. Thiel mentioned too. All right. Is Congress going to vote to release the Epstein files? Oh, and Trump is really pressuring, I feel like MTG and Nancy Mace. He wants them to take their names, their signatures off that petition. Because it's going to put so much pressure on them if they bring it on the floor. These Republicans are going to have to go against Master. Ooh, this is a battle, you guys. I get an ultimate yes. The sun is the final outcome. Yes, they will vote to release the Epstein stuff. But there's a lot of dark forces here fighting, trying to manipulate people, taking a step back, coming up with a new strategy. I actually feel like Johnson and Trump are freaking out about this. The Five of Wands, which is obstacles and roadblocks. So there'll be some blocks to this. But in this deck, you can see, you probably can't see the best. These are like dragons fighting. So it's like kind of going to war energy over here. Trump is not happy. I get Trump and the Empress, which is my Russia card. And that's where I was feeling some of this Epstein stuff coming out. Ooh, friends walking away from each other. I keep saying that too. Like Putin and Trump are not in a good place. I felt like Putin might sabotage Trump with his blackmail. There's a delay to the Epstein stuff being released from the Congress, but I get an absolute yes. They will do it. Yeah, that's the thing. MTG can't back down now. And I don't know if she will, but I kind of feel like Nancy Mace is the one that doesn't want to turn on Trump. But they'll get it out. There's a delay there. Like I said, I would not be surprised if Johnson won't bring what's it called? That new congresswoman, if he delays swearing her in. I'll look at the New Jersey's governor's race in just a bit, Helen. Yes, but I get more Epstein stuff coming out, and ultimately the Congress will vote it out. All right, let's see. We're covering all the topics, the major stuff here. Government shutdown. All right. Let's take a look at the James Comey indictments. I want to take a look at that. I think, there we go. Everybody wants to know about CK. It's a big distraction. I've already read on it, you guys. Yes, there was something more to it than what's being shown. I don't want to get into the conspiracy theory stuff so much. That's what they want us to do. They want to divert our attention to all of that. Oh, there's 2 more special elections this year, too. I felt that Democrats would win in Virginia and New Jersey, but I'll throw some cards, or maybe I'll just ask the pendulum about the New Jersey race. I definitely see Abigail Spanberger winning in Virginia, but I see both staying blue. I'll ask the pendulum. All right, so will Comey have to go to trial, or will he be able to get the case dismissed? I think he said he wanted to go to trial. And I think he can request to have the trial quickly, too, because we know all of these trumped up charges. They don't have a case there. They don't have a prosecutor there. They just brought somebody in, just brought an attorney in to prosecute the case that I don't even think that was her field, her legal field. Again, another big distraction. But I don't see Comey. I actually almost feel like it's going to get thrown out. I see Comey being okay. I said when Trump got in too, you watch, he'll start going against all of his adversaries. You know, it's all about revenge with him. Is Comey going to go to trial? All right. Interesting. Nope. There will be more indictments, though. The tower's coming out. No. Retreat. I'm having to take a step back. No, it's ended. Ten of Swords here. This is a turning point. And even though the energy feels very heavy, you know, I don't know when Trump will be out, but I don't feel him in there for much longer, you guys. I feel like there's some hope on the horizon. There's a lot of truth being exposed here of their shady, corrupt plans. I don't read with reversals, but we had the Emperor. He came up upside down. So it's like that structure that supports broken. Again, the Tower. There's not a case here. It's not built on a strong, solid foundation of evidence. And Trump's already admitted he directed them to go after him. You know, weaponizing his DOJ to go after his opponents. Because that's what they did to him. While Biden was in office, he weaponized the DOJ to go after Trump. Well, I don't believe in that because we know that they went after his son while he was in office. Why would that happen if he weaponized it against Trump? We know right now that Pam Bondi wouldn't be going after any of Trump's children. Politicize the DOJ and the FBI, right? No, I don't see it going anywhere. I see it being dropped, Carla. But expect more indictments there. And if I was Comey, and I don't know if I'm obviously not a legal expert, if I was Comey, I would sue the DOJ and Trump personally for harassment and defamation. Comey's not going to back down, though. He's not going to back down to the bully. I don't feel them having a case. I don't really see it going anywhere. All right. Let's take a look at Hegseth calling in the military officials. I want to throw some cards on this because although I don't feel he's calling them into, it doesn't feel like it's in the sense like he's calling them in to go to war with another country. I feel like it's sending them in so that they can all do their fealty tests and kiss the ring of Trump, because we know he wants to weaponize the military as well. To go against people that protest or stand up to him. He likes that element of fear. My Alexa just started talking out of nowhere. That was weird. All right. You know, the thing is with him calling in the military, I see them being pissed off that they all have to go down there. It's dangerous because they're leaving their positions. It makes our allies nervous as well because they don't know what's going on. They're being kept in the dark. When are they going to meet with Hegseth? I feel like the whole thing's going to be leaked. He wants them to go in and show their loyalty, is what I'm feeling. Big Brother's watching me. That might be it. I'll say the last few weeks, I've had the weirdest tech issues, and a lot of my clients having a hard time connecting their camera, getting into Zoom. I don't know. There's been a lot of tech issues the last weeks. It feels like we're in Mercury retrograde. Well, they're going to try to get the military to pledge loyalty to Trump, but it's not going to work. They take an oath to the Constitution, and I see them upholding the Constitution. Why is Hegseth calling the military in? Well, we're going to take a look at it. Feels like something big happens as a result of this, though. I almost wonder if he calls them in there to pledge loyalty, or they're going to lose their jobs. He's going to threaten them. There's a lot of leaked information coming out about this, though. Death card, endings. And I have the Ten of Swords here, too. This might be the ending of Hegseth. I felt him leaving here sooner rather than later. The Death card crossed by the Devil. There's an evil plan here. Could be the death of the devil. Get the Six of Swords above, which is a boat, and I'm not feeling it's those boats that they've been shooting down. And I got another ship here too. Seven of Swords, the thief here, trying to manipulate people. The military is going to fight back. The military generals are going to fight back against this attack. They've had enough. They've had enough of Trump. This is going to be a big burden for Trump, is what I'm getting. I think he's going to threaten their jobs and demand loyalty. But this is the ending for somebody, and I feel like it's going to be Hegseth, actually. Let's take a look at him. Somebody asked if I'll take a look at some of the cabinet people. See if Hegseth is going. Whatever they try to do in the dark will be released, though. I feel like there's a whistleblower. Actually, I feel like several whistleblowers about what their plan is. JLC says, is Hegseth compromised by Russia or Israel? Well, for entertainment purposes only, I feel Russia out of the two. Yeah, Is this possibly the beginning of the military removing Trump from office? Could be the start of that. Or at least having the military stand up to Trump. I don't feel all of these generals, they take an oath, they take very seriously. They're not going to cower down to the bully. I'll look at the New Jersey race next. Got a couple people asking about that. All right. Sorry, you guys. I said I'm a little out of focus today. What was I going to read on? Trying to keep up with the chat and tap into it. Oh, we were going to read on Hegseth. Is he going to be removed here soon? Well, yeah, in Hegseth with the whole signal chat, it's giving information to Russia. I get transition for him. He's not ready to back down just yet. He's trapped by things he's done, though. I actually feel like they're, yep, job loss, final outcome. He's not going to leave without a fight, though, is what I'm getting. Could be some information overseas, maybe more of that signal gate. Because I have the Three of Wands watching for the ship to come in overseas, and then the Six of Swords here. So some news coming out from underseas that leads to a transition for him. He's going to try to fight back. Well, and could be somebody within the cabinet turning on him too. They're all kind of starting to turn on each other. I get him trying to go into the dark. He's trapped and restricted here, and the final outcome is the Five of Pentacles, which to me is like a loss of job, income, feeling left out in the cold, abandoned. Yeah, I feel like that's coming sooner rather than later. Yes, I feel the military members will be safe, Grace. Yes, it's really reckless and dangerous. Absolutely. And why do they have to all be there in person? You know, they could Zoom or some kind of teleconference. They probably couldn't Zoom because of security reasons, but you know what I mean, a video conference. No, I think he wants to threaten them in person. Kiss the ring or lose your job. Like I said, it's not going to work out well for him. Is there anything else I had down here? I think I wrote all of my notes. Let's see what you guys want to look at. We'll take a look at the New Jersey race. All right, Helen says, what's going on with the New Jersey governor's race? Jack MAGA reached out to Taco. They released stuff about Mickey's military records. I'm a Jersey girl. I don't like MAGA white energy. What is going on here? They released her information, her military records? Are they trying to smear her? Yes, we got another big protest coming up next month. Well, let's take a look. I feel the female, I don't remember her, Mickey, something Mickey. I feel her winning, but I'll just throw a card or two. What's the female? What's the female's name? Somebody in the chat can let me know. Is it Mickey Cheryl? Is that right? Mickey Cheryl, thank you. I thought so. She's going to win the New Jersey governor's race. Oh, yeah, they are being sneaky. First card out is the Magician. That's a big yes. There's success there. Get that she's an excellent communicator. She's very fiery, too. Queen of Pentacles, holding onto the security, the opportunity here. She's crossed by a new beginning, so there's a new adventure on the horizon. Oh, I wonder if the courts get involved with this leaking of information. I have Justice right above her. Justice for the evil, corrupt plans that they have against her, the smear. I get a yes. Ace of Cups as the final outcome. Women really liking her, making partnerships. Happy family. I feel like she's going to do well. And I'm getting a lot of cups, which to me is obviously all the blue, you know, the watery kind of elements, like a blue wave. I feel like the Democrats are going to do very well. Don't be surprised, though, if she files some kind of suit for them releasing her private information. What's the Republican's name? Jack. I'll throw a couple cards for him. We'll see what the cards look like for him. I don't have to throw cards on Abigail Spanberger. I'm telling you, she's going to win in a landslide. What's the Republican name running against Mickey Cheryl? Jack Chittarelli. All right, is Jack Chittarelli going to win? Look, he's got some secrets there. I don't know if running for a public office is something I would do. No, he's tied. He is trying to manipulate this race. It's got a lot of money here funding him, too. Page of Swords is the final outcome. Could be some secrets he's holding on to. This moon here, he wants to keep in the dark. He wants to keep hidden. And there's like a whistleblower here coming out. Do we know how her records got published, or who got them, who released them? Because we could get some clarity on his involvement there. I get him walking away. No. The ideal of his candidacy isn't grounded in reality. Now, her cards were much better. There are some big secrets being exposed he'd like to keep hidden, though. And to me, it feels like financially related. Like there's some tax fraud or corrupt donations he's getting. I don't even know what was released, so I don't know why that would be a problem for Cheryl Earth Mama. I don't know what they released. Well, Susan Collins lose her seat. Let's take a look at her. I don't think the governor, Janet Mills, has announced that she's running. And I know that there is a male fisherman or oyster farmer running for that seat. Even though I think he's very progressive and has a lot of like really exciting energy, I don't know if I feel the best if he actually wins the nomination of beating Susan Collins. But I bet you if Janet Mills runs, and I think she may, I could see them flipping that seat to Democrat. Oh, of course they released her personal information. Of course they did. Let's take a look if she'll be safe after this. Social Security, of course they did. Graham Planter. Yeah, I wasn't feeling him winning. Or if he does, I don't think he's going to win against Susan Collins. Susan Collins going to lose her seat. Well, I don't love the first card being the theft card here. 9 of Cups, hopes and dreams being fulfilled. Ace of Swords, that would be a yes, but it could be manipulated. All right, let's see. People are starting to sour on her, though. I'm not liking the energy of these cards today, so we'll just hope that that changes between now and the election. We have a long way to go. I'm getting a yes. As of right now, she's going to win. But like I said, if Janet Mills runs, I think it would. I think Janet Mills would win over Susan Collins. Yes, I see Mandami winning. But there did look like there was a lot of corruption and cheating in that race. Big surprise there. The cards are saying yes right now. As we know, not everything is set in stone. Things change. I'll say intuitively, I feel like she may lose her seat. If the current governor runs against her, I think she'd lose. And she was very well liked. Yeah, I think people are starting to turn on her. Well, we saw her do that event too where she was booed. All right, so they released Mickey Sherrill's, a lot of her private information, her address. Let's look at her safety. Is she okay? She's safe and protected. I feel like they're putting a lot of money into security for her. Yeah, I see her being okay. She is fearful of something happening. Well, I get here that she gets a new job here, happy family. There's a lot of support around her, money abundance, a lot of group work, fundraising, a lot of money coming in for her. There is fear of the tower moment here. So there may be threats there, but I do feel like there's a lot of security and safety here. And I feel like reading these cards, she's going to definitely win. Right? I feel she'll be safe. They're going to be watching a close eye on her. Will the next governor of Ohio be a Democrat? I don't know. I don't see, oh, what the heck is it? Stupid guy's name. Sorry. I can see his face. You guys will let me know. Who's the Republican, the crazy Trump guy running for governor in Ohio? Vivek, thank you. I don't see him as governor of Ohio. I think they were saying, is it Amy Acton? She was, I remember her coming around with COVID and all of that. I don't see her winning. Maybe she does, actually. Because I get victory for the women and people love her. Maybe she does win. Is there another female candidate? I wasn't feeling Ohio turning blue just yet. Maybe Sherrod Brown could win that race. People are tired, though, too, and want to head in a bit of a different direction. People are hurting, inflation, people losing jobs. Is Vivek going to win? No, there's a nasty judgment against him. And I don't think that he has that enthusiasm. I don't think a lot of MAGA people would want an Indian man as their leader. Sorry to say. Oh, I got good cards for the female. So maybe there is some hope here. All right. Yes, we do need someone better for Ohio. Absolutely. All right. Probably do one more question and then we'll end with messages from Spirit. I got a lot of questions sent in. So if I'm able to, I do have a pretty busy week next week. Well, actually, the last month or two, or this last month and this next month coming up, pretty busy between classes and all of that. So if I'm able to, I'll come back on and answer some more of those questions. Hard to keep up with everything. I did see that Election Truth Alliance was on a big YouTube channel. I don't remember the guy's name. But I do feel more stuff coming out about the election interference. Let's end there. It was the Rockland case. It was delayed a little bit too, the Rockland, New York case. Let's take a look if we're going to get any more evidence from the 2024 election of manipulation in the near future, in the next month. Let's word it like that. Did they order hand recounts in New York? Yes, David Packman. Thank you, Martha. Good for them. Getting that message out there. I think a lot of us already know. Well, a lot of people outside of our community, a lot of the Democrats that voted for Kamala know that there was a reason Elon Musk was hanging out with Trump. Are we going to hear anything about election tampering, 2024 election tampering in the near future? Ooh, the tower. It's like the dam breaks. That's how that comes through. Getting success with that. And I'm wondering if it comes from overseas, something big. I think that there's multiple people looking into this, but we have our allies, friendships across the globe, over troubled water. I don't know if it's coming out soon, but I do see the information coming out. And it will lead to endings is what I'm getting. I think we've got the Death card and the Ten of Swords next to each other like three times or 3 or 4 times during these readings. That's endings. People being backstabbed and betrayed. Defeated. I do get that there's progress here. Might be slow and steady, so I don't know how quickly, but I do feel, and maybe it's even some of our adversaries interfering, some of that information coming out. I get that there's a lot of communication. That's kind of like my big breaking news card, and we're going to be feeling very good, hopes and dreams being fulfilled. So I get a yes. I just don't know if it's happening in the next month. They're working on it behind the scenes, so I feel like. Yeah, I saw that. Musk is on the list for the island. There were a couple other ones. I don't remember who off the top of my head. All right. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you to all the moderators. Somebody said they think Janet Mills did say she's running. I haven't heard that yet, but I hope she does. All right, you guys. So we're going to end with just a couple messages from Spirit, how we can manage, what guidance they have for us to manage ourselves in these troubling times. Again, for my members, we're going to meet up next Monday for our mini personal readings and our giveaway. Do our live show for members. Ness will be on. We'll give our October forecast. Mel should be on next week. All right, Spirit, what do we all need to know right now? What loving guidance do you have for us all? And there's Ness. Excited to meet up with Ness, divine animals. I just love the imagery from this deck. Divine animals. Could be connecting to nature, the animal kingdom, Mother Earth. See what the message is for this card. The message is soul companions on your journey. Spend time with your pet or in the company of any animal to realize the same light that flows through sorry, you guys. Spend time with your pets or in the company of any animal to realize the same light that flows through you flows through all living creatures. We all create different containers for our soul experiences depending on our individual desires and dreams. Humans experience greater contrast than animals. That's why our influence and creations are wider reaching. However, this also makes it easier for us to split and stray from our hearts. Animals reflect the divine love that we are. When we're around animals, it's easier to move into alignment where we can be inspired to grander creations. People often believe they receive unconditional love from an animal, as an animal is more likely to be aligned with its soul instinct and doesn't need you to be different. Doesn't need you to be different to who you are to feel loved. You will feel free to be who you are. When you emulate this behavior for yourself, life becomes more relaxed, loving, and your relationships will catapult to a whole new level of joy. I love that. Actually, my fur baby is next to me being a good boy. But yeah, connecting to that divine heart, maybe our companionships, our relationships to help us through these troubling times. I also feel like going out into nature, connecting with the animal kingdom, going for a walk can be very healing and grounding. But sit in the love and joy, sit in that heart space, kind of lift you up during these times. Let's pull a crystal card. Sorry, that was a bit of a struggle. Like I said, a little spacey today. A little trouble reading that message. Sorry about that. Oh, Nessa's Virgo eclipse this past September 21st involves pets too. Interesting. All right. Get a crystal to help us during these times. Sacral chakra. Orange calcite. This is interesting. Erotic sensuality. It provides gentle healing to assuage fear and prevent resistance to healing. Restores, protects, and strengthens the body. It's very empowering, facilitates loving sensuality, instills positivity and a sense of capability, boosts one's ability to manifest goals and dreams, increases creativity. Orange calcite. And that feels like a really good hope stone. Kind of bring in the faith, that creativity, the hope, the joy. Put one more here. Oh, Debbie's got her kitty in her lap. I tend to attract the animals. You can ask some of my clients, especially when I do Reiki. Animals all come in and love the energy. Deserving. It's a beautiful card. I deserve to be loved. Happiness surrounds me. Everything comes to me at the perfect time and is working out for my highest good. Yes, we're all deserving to be loved, to be happy, to be joyful, hopeful. I'm being pulled to like the mountain, which is challenges, obstacles. It's a bit of a journey. But we can navigate the mountain and get to the other side of this. Don't allow this heaviness that we're working through to take away your love or your joy. All right, everyone? All right. Well, so good to be here with you all and catch up. I'll be on soon. I'll be on a couple shows next week. Again, if anybody would like a reading, a Reiki session, I do a combination of both. If you'd like to sign up for the Holy Fire classes, or I have a Reiki share tomorrow for level 2 practitioners, Reiki practitioners. All of that's going to be on the website. All the information and to sign up is all on the website, kevinlovingvibrations.com. And that's about it for today, everyone. I hope that you all take good care, sending you a lot of love and blessings, and I will see you all next week. All right. Bye, everyone.